Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Rheinmetall Skorpion G. It's a Tier 8 German turreted premium tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Halluf, and this one is under the command of ChoosenDark. Game on! Well, this one has been a firm favourite with a lot of players ever since it came out. Based on the Panther tank, or in fact actually the Panther 2 originally, it was a design development that started in January of 1943 and was fully designed by April of 1943, but they never went ahead and built it because they needed the Panthers for Panther tanks rather than for tank destroyers or Waffenträger as the Skorpion G is. It's got the second best alpha after the SU-130PM, 490 alpha. It's got very good accuracy, good pen, good top speed as well, 60 kilometers an hour. You can see that the pen is 246mm with standard AP, with APCR goes up to 311. First shot's a good one on the Chi-Ri, and he gets a pen for 476, low roll. The turret does turn all the way around, which is better because the Gorilla, which is another Waffenträger design, also based on the Panther, unfortunately that turret won't turn all the way around. It stops at 90 degrees, which means that the vehicle has to swivel or traverse in order to get a shot on target. And that can be a bit awkward because you can't turn round or turn the turret round, and you can't turn round at all, then you are basically screwed because the enemy's going to shoot you and there's nothing you can do about it. But it's the same for all tank destroyers with fixed guns at their front. Yeah, I think he thought that somebody was sitting in that bush and he just put a round in there just in case somebody couldn't be seen. But he's got another target he can go for, this guard. Now he's lost sight of him for the moment. That Caro's going behind the guard onto that corner, but there's a T-29 blocking him from going round, and he suddenly met them, so he's not going to be coming back for a little while. In fact, if he ever does come back, because I think he'll probably meet his match. There's nothing much to shoot at the moment. It's got fairly good view range, 360 meters, but it does actually help if you have binos or coated optics to increase your range. And of course you can always sit at the back and use the ability of other tanks to spot the enemy. Now he's auto-aimed on. Oh my god, what a cheeky shot! He took out the SP-1C, who was hiding down there, just came into view. He auto-aimed on and blasted the guy out of existence. 485, which is a low roll, but that's all he had left. A very cheeky shot. I don't think this SP-1C saw him. Oh, and neither did the guard. And he just took him out completely at distance. So I think our Carnarvon over there is probably fairly pleased that he's got a tank destroyer behind him, laying down fire to protect him. Now it does have some bad points, this tank. It's got very bad traverse. It's got a large size as well, which makes it easy to spot and difficult to camo. It's got a long aim as well. You've noticed that when you're trying to dial in on a target, it just takes forever to get there. And it's actually aim times 2.01, and that's for it dialing in just 1/3. And then it's also got a well, as I did say, the bad camo. Nice one, got the LTG, hit him for 487, low roll, but it tracked him, and that gives the Carnarvon a chance to escape just for the moment. And the LTG's gone down, taken out by the Carnarvon. Now the IS-2, I think, had an idea we were here, but I'm not sure he actually saw us. That tree, just there a short distance away, might have actually blocked his view, in which case we might still be invisible to him. Okay, he's pulled back just a little to try and avoid being spotted. You see the tops of those branches is just covering the pass, and it may be that that was enough to block his sight. Oh, lovely one, back of the turret. That's like being smacked in the back of the head, a donkey punch, if you know what that is. Yes, some of you who might have been taken part in it. Or, yes, the less said about that, the better, I suppose. But the donkey punches where you get kicked in the back at an inopportune moment. Yes, maybe it's something I shouldn't have mentioned. Oh, another kill! This time it's the stirring mill. Yes, if you don't know what a donkey punch is, look it up. Oh, enemy number. And he got a hit, 488 low roll. I'm not sure the Skorpion saw him though, because 6 cents didn't go off and the Skorpion's now pulling back. In fact, I think he sees that SP1C and he doesn't want to get spotted by that. Okay, the SP1C is going up to have a quick look, but I have the feeling that Skorpion's going to do a quick trip around the back, and the SP1C just found the IS, and it looks like he might be in trouble now. So ChoosenDark probably needs to keep an eye because, oh, he's decided to go down and get involved. There's that Chi-Ri, the one he hit at the start. Yeah, he's decided to act like a medium. You can act like a medium in this tank. You can play it like a medium. It's got a very long reload if you do it like that, but we do have a video on our website by Filipperino where he actually plays this one on a third mark, and you can see how well he plays it. So just look up the playlist for Filipperino and look under it. You'll find there's a Skorpion one in there. It's a pretty amazing way to play it. You just literally, you have to pull back a bit longer to reload, but when you do pull forward and you whack the enemy for 490, it certainly gives them something to think about. Oh, IS is just up and around the corner. Now this thing has got very poor armor. That's one of the other things I was going to mention. It's very bad about it. Very poor armor. 30mm is the thickest armor, and that's actually on the hull at the front. Oh, that wasn't good, but the IS is not interested in us. He wants that charioteer, so we will be able to reload and come up behind the IS, but we're not going to be able to get a full shot. We got hit in the track. Oh dear, the Chi-Ri's unloading. Good hit, but now we need to get out of trouble because that IS will be able to traverse this turret. And so, yeah, we need to use that 60 kilometers an hour top speed. He's stopping to take a shot. Oh! He auto-aimed in and took the IS out of the game. Yes, it did cost him some hit points, mostly from the Chi-Ri. But I suppose that Chi-Ri did want to get revenge. After all, he lost a wedge of hit points right at the start of the game to ChoosenDark, and that shot across the valley was a rather cheeky shot, but he's probably going to be spotted when he comes around this corner. No, he hasn't been. Well, that's good. Now he needs to join the E25 and deal with this Skorpion G here. That's the one he hit earlier. No, he's got an SU-130 PM brother with him. Oh, this is going to be bad for the E25, and he has been killed, but now we need to use the... Yep, got him. It's only 7 degrees of gun depression, that's why he's having difficulty, and now we've got a problem with that SU-130 PM because he's the one with the best alpha at this tier on tank destroyers. And again, the traverse let us down. The speed didn't, but unfortunately the Chi-Ri did get a cheeky shot into us. We need to use the repair kit. Oh! It derped it into the ground. He should have auto-aimed it on, but they're both reloading. He's going to take a hit, and he's out the game. Yeah. That's the one with the best DPM. 510 alpha for the SU-130 PM. We're now even on numbers for each side. So it's down to the team to win. But he has done a huge amount of damage. 3,634. He might be on for a high caliber. He's got 5 kills. 1 short of getting a top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. I think our teammates actually over on the south side of the map, the ones that are dealing with the T25-2 and the Skorpion G, might have the advantage because they've got the ISU-152 behind them, spotting for them, whilst our T28 is actually being protected by the ISU-152 if he does spot someone. Now, here's the ISU-152. Thanks, ChoosenDark, for allowing us to see what's going on. Now, if he can get a shot into the T25-2 or the Skorpion Gs, move closer, because I think he wants to try and get a shot to that Skorpion G if he can. Unfortunately, he's over the fold on the ground. They've killed the T25-2, so now they have the advantage. Now the question is, where has that SU-130PM gone? Is he coming back to our cap? Or coming back to his own cap? Or is he attacking our cap? If the T28 prototype sees him, then the ISU-152 needs to cover him and not the two mediums. ChoosenDark saying for the ISU to go help the T28. Now he can do that if he can fire across the valley and take out that Skorpion G. The T28 prototype hasn't found the SU-130PM yet, so I suspect he's gone back to his own cap to try and protect his teammates, and the Skorpion G is now out of the game, which means the ISU-152 can get into a position. There's the SU-130PM, last enemy, and he's facing the Chiri and the T43, and unfortunately Chiri bites the dust. But can the T43 get an advantage? Well, he did get a hit, and it's made the SU-130PM a one-shot. And unfortunately, we're trying to cycle through, and we missed the bit where the SU-130PM died, and that's the end of the game, so they did it. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tanker for ChoosenDark in the Skorpion G. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. In fact, he got 5, just one short of getting that Top Gun, and a fighter effect for doing more damage to the hit points for his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8 in that one, as well as getting a high caliber because he got the most damage in the game overall. 6,204 was the win 8. Let's have a look at team score and see where he was on the column. Well, he was top of the column when it came to damage with 4,028 hit points of damage. Easily the high caliber on that one, because the next highest damage was Carnarvon with 2,369, and the highest on the enemy team was their M2Y with 2,228. When it came to kills, he actually shared the top spot with 2 other tanks. The Carnarvon managed to get 5 kills, and the SU-130PM also got 5. Unfortunately, one of those happened to be ChoosenDark. But that guy he was actually protecting across that short way was a good player, and he did actually manage to get, between them, they got 2/3 of the enemy team. That's not bad playing. When it came to base XP, yep, ChoosenDark got that one because of his high caliber. 1,138 went to him, 1,117 went to Carnarvon, and 819 went to the Chiri. The best the enemy can get was the SU-130PM, the guy who killed ChoosenDark. 14 shots fired, 10 direct hits on the enemy, 10 penetrations, 4,028 hit points of damage, of which 2,413 were at more than 300 meters. So everything he hit, he penetrated. 6 hits received from the enemy, 5 penetrations, 1 non-penetration. He lost a fair bit of damage to that Chiri. Every time he went around the corner, the Chiri was taking pot shots at him. And it was only that last moment after he derped the ground instead of the actual SU-130PM that unfortunately things went pear-shaped for him. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, 107 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 99,594 credits from the game, 55,000 for mission completion, 154,594 credits altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away 95,412 credits profit. 1,707 for the battle, times 4 for the first victory, 3,414 for completing a mission, 171 for this being a premium vehicle, and 1,707 from personal reserve. He took away 12,120 experience points altogether. That's not a bad haul. Let's have a look at the armour. Yeah, it's basically Panther tank. It's very, very thin. Look at that, 13mm on the upper plate. Fairly well angled, but you're not getting much more in the way of armor from the angling, I'm afraid. Yes, it's still very poor. 30mm on the lower plate, actually giving you 37.6. The gun shield is negligible as well, 14.5. It's only designed to stop bullets and shrapnel, nothing really more. The sides of the tank, well, again, 16mm. Anything that touches this is going to go straight through. It's the same all the way around. And in the rear, it is angled, but only 20mm. and it's only giving you 20 effectively. And well, you can also see that the engine deck is quite inviting for Arty, because if you put a round on top of that with 10mm, it's almost certainly going to penetrate. And I've lost count of the number of times I've taken out one of these with a direct hit right on top of it. In fact, I've once fired, and I've boasted about this so many times, you probably know the story. I was on the Overlord map, and I fired a round from one end, right at the top end of Overlord, right the way over the battlefield at a Skorpion G that was moving full speed on the beach, right over in the other corner of the map. And I managed to splat him right in the turret with a, I think it was a 21cm howitzer from the GW Tiger P. Yes, it was the GW Tiger P, yes. And I hit him right in the cockpit, and it blew the whole thing with one shot. I actually contacted the guy afterwards and apologised, because I took him out so with such a epic shot. And I said to him, look, I will put it on video so you will be able to see exactly what I did. But it was an epic shot all the way across the battlefield. That you would have seen that shell arcing through the sky at high speed to hit him right into that little cockpit and take him out with one round. Anyway, let's have a look at the let's have a quick look at the collision model, because the live model rather, because we did say that we would keep doing that. That's the hitbox basically. Just ignore the tracks, and that's what you're aiming at. But everything is penetrable with even the lightest shells. So yeah, not so great. Let's have a look at the modules. Okay, and I've remembered to put full screen up this time. Okay, we've got the driver on the right, we've got the machine gunner, because it does have a machine gun at the front of the vehicle, and the radio operator on the left hand side of the tank, with transmission in front of them and a transmission tunnel leading back to the engine, which is at the back of the tank. There's 3 fuel tanks, 2 on the sides and 1 right at the rear, so if you want to try and get a fire, you've got a nice little place you can aim for right at the rear of the vehicle. But there's also an ammo rack, which is fairly difficult to get, but it's at the back where you would expect where you see the cut off of the turret. That's where the one of the ammo racks is. That's the ready rack, whilst the main ammo store is directly behind the driver, which you should be able to hit anyway. The gunner is on the right hand side as you're looking at it. The commander is on the left hand side. He's also the loader. And in fact, actually, I believe the gunner is also the loader on this one. So there is no dedicated loader to actually put the shells in, which is one of the reasons why I suppose it's a long reload, because technically it's no different to many other high caliber shells. But the fact of the matter is, because there's no dedicated loader in there to actually deal with that sort of thing, the crew have to share their jobs, and that's why it slows the reload down a little. At least that's what I'm believing it is. Anyway, that's the modules. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below, because it feeds the algorithms. And of course, do remember, let other people know that we're giving away all of the revenue from this channel to the Red Cross Ukraine appeal to help the refugees coming out of the war. So the more of our videos you watch, the more money you're earning to send to the refugees. And of course, we do give proof of this on the What Arty Noobs Facebook page and the What Noobs Facebook page as well, in the form of the Google receipts, to show you that yes, we are sending everything that we get from them straight off to the Red Cross. Thanks for watching.